Recovering, and the search is on for a suspect after a shooting this afternoon. It happened near West Monroe and J Street. We don't have a lot of information about the shooting yet, but we'll be sure to bring you updates as we get them. And several churches, along with Metro Police, discussed safety in the Las Vegas community today. Churches and schools talked about improving security. This comes in light of recent tragedies in different neighborhoods across the valley and the country. A demonstration showed tactics to keep people safe until help arrives.
We don't want it to be a scary thing, so we want to, do it the same way that children do their drills in schools, so the children are not scared. But at the same time, we have to be prepared, not just for active shooter situation, but for fires and for any other emergencies that might take place.
Church leaders plan to host the same conference in Reno and Salt Lake City. Well, not much going on weather-wise today. We're coming up on the week before Christmas, though. Any weather issues people should be aware of in the coming week, Darren?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a system that's going to move through very quickly later on tonight and all day tomorrow. We'll take a look at that when I do my full forecast in a few minutes. But as far as the highs today for the second day in a row, we got into the 60s. In fact, here are the numbers right now currently outside. Las Vegas at 60. Henderson, you're in the upper 50s. Boulder City, you're at 55. Down towards Prim at 58. All the way down towards Laughlin, the current temperature at 63. So here were the highs today. Well, the normal high now is 56 degrees, so pretty much everybody was above that. Lower 60s for Anthem up towards Las Vegas, Boulder City, down towards Prim. Now, as Jackie just mentioned, there is a change coming. We have a system right on our heels up in the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to move through late tonight and all day tomorrow. Stick around for the forecast. I'll tell you what it's going to bring in a few minutes. Jackie, back to you.
Darren, thank you. Well, we're heading into a new week. Here's some things you'll want to know. Details will be announced for America's Party 2019. Construction begins for a new park dedicated to a fallen officer. But first, a traffic alert in Henderson. The 515 south ramp to the 215 Beltway will permanently be moved. This video shows what it will look like after construction. The change begins at 5 a.m. Tuesday. The highway will be moved to the north and combined with the Lake Mead East exit under the Auto Show Drive Bridge. This will hopefully ease congestion between Auto Show Drive and the exit ramp to the 215 Beltway westbound. Also on Tuesday, work will begin on a new 10-acre park named after fallen Metro officer Alan Beck. Officer Beck and Officer Igor Soldo were ambushed while eating lunch at Cece's Pizza on Nellis Boulevard back in 2014. The new park is located in the Northwest Valley on Sky Canyon Park Drive near the 95. You're invited to the ceremony at 2 p.m. And then on Thursday, we're expected to know about all the fun entertainment to ring in the new year in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Events, the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, and Fireworks by Grucci will unveil details. America's Party will have live entertainment at the Fremont Street Experience and the Strip. We'll also know which rooftop locations fireworks will be launched from this year. And another win for the Vegas Golden Knights. They beat the New York Rangers 4-3. Alex Tuch buried a shot just over 2 minutes into overtime. Next up, the Golden Knights visit the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow night in Ohio. The game starts at 4 p.m. 2 weeks after tense negotiations, leaders from nearly 200 countries have finally agreed on universal, transparent climate change rules. The agreement was made at the United Nations climate talks in Poland. It's aimed at cutting emissions and curbing global warming. Natasha Chen has a closer look at the rulebook and why some say it doesn't go far enough.
It is so decided.
A landmark decision to curb climate change. Leaders from 190 countries brokered a deal at a 2-week-long United Nations summit in Poland. The rulebook allows countries to put into action the principles in the 2015 Paris Climate Change Accord, which the Trump administration has promised to abandon.
Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale.
Among the key agreements, a deal on how countries should report their greenhouse gas emissions and the efforts they're taking to reduce them. Poor countries also secured guarantees for financial support to help them cut emissions. However, 2 major climate change issues were kicked down the road for next year. Activists and scientists are concerned that governments are not responding to global warming fast enough. A recent report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change also lays out a dire forecast. It found the world has only about 12 years to avoid 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming above pre-industrial levels, and that global warming could worsen disasters like the deadly California wildfires and powerful hurricanes that hit the U.S. this year.
We need new technologies, we need new food systems, transportation systems. We need to make climate change a voting issue.
The U.S. was among the countries that pushed back the hardest at the summit, as scientists urged world leaders to take action now before it's too late.
The continuation of our civilizations and the natural world upon which we depend is in your hands.
I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
President Trump has promised to withdraw the United States, which has done more to cause climate change historically than any other country, from the Paris Agreement. However, that withdrawal can't fully take place until 2020. Well, we see it all the time. People caught on doorbell cameras stealing packages, but one couple found a way to get thieves to drop a package in a hurry. And in a new survey, 60% of people say they haven't gotten a pay raise this year. What's happening and how you can get one. From Contact 13, if you want your cards and packages to arrive by Christmas, this week is crucial. Maribel Aber tells you the dates you need to know.
We're coming up on the middle of December, and holiday shipping deadlines are fast approaching. And with more and more shopping done online, it means the volume of packages shipped keeps growing. And that puts a big strain on the delivery systems of the major shippers, from FedEx to UPS and the post office. One way to ensure your holiday gifts arrive on time is to be aware of the shipping deadlines. Monday, December 17th is the last day to ship via FedEx Ground and FedEx Home Delivery. And December 21st is the deadline for sending something using FedEx's standard overnight, priority overnight, and first overnight services. As for UPS, December 18th is the last day to ship UPS 3-day select for delivery by December 24th. And December 20th is the last day to send packages priority mail. It's also the last day for first class mail. ConsumerReports.org offers a full rundown of all the deadlines, and you can always check the websites of the individual shippers as well.
More than half of Americans are overwhelmed and stressed over the holidays and everything that comes with them. That includes things like shopping for gifts, attending work and family events. Women are more likely to experience stress, but there are some ways to keep your stress levels in check. First off, don't be afraid to just say no. Going to events and keeping up with your work and your personal life is a lot. If you can't say no to certain events, try to set a time limit. Our bank accounts take a hit during the holidays, so think about setting a budget. NerdWallet says try and spend 30% or less of your monthly paycheck on gifts. The rest of your paycheck should go toward bills and savings. Experts say to be upfront if your stress has to do with family. It's easier said than done, but experts say if family members bring up a subject that you don't want to talk about, just say you'd rather not talk about it at the moment. One couple had enough of people stealing their packages, so they enlisted the help of their 5 dogs to get some revenge. Marisol Castillo says it was actually her husband's idea to put dog poop inside an old Amazon envelope, but she was the one who documented every disgusting moment. It didn't take long for someone to take the bait. When the couple was at home, 2 people walked up and snatched the envelope.
I even put a little box inside and other stuff, so when they touch that, they would feel like the envelope had something and they would just want to reach for something.
Not long after, a neighbor sent Marisol a photo of the discarded package along with the explicit personalized note she had put inside. She says if anyone needs help, her dogs can give as many gifts as possible. Oof. All right, 6 in 10 people say they didn't get a raise this year. Corey Rangel looks at why and how you can ask for one.
These days, it seems most of us are working longer hours and doing more at our jobs. But despite that, 6 in 10 workers say they're making the same amount of money as a year ago.
Despite the best economy we've seen in about a dozen years and the tightest labor market we've seen in almost 50 years, pay raises and better paying jobs are still the exception rather than the rule.
Greg McBride at Bankrate.com says employers are becoming more selective in how they give out raises, with more companies turning solely to performance-based salary increases.
There's less emphasis on this cost of living, this across-the-board peanut butter raise that everybody gets. I think the other element here, too, is rising benefit costs. You know, a lot of people are getting their raise in the form of the employer absorbing higher benefit costs.
Greg says people with low incomes have the highest chances of not receiving a raise or a better paying job. Generally, it's because they don't have the advanced skills companies are looking for. Baby boomers are also not likely to receive a raise because they have often reached their highest income potential within their company.
It's pretty frustrating.
Daniel Swart is a government consultant and one of those workers who did not receive a pay raise this year.
You know, when you put in your time and you think you're progressing and your skills are progressing, but your salary is not matching up with those skill progressions.
One of his resolutions for the new year is finding a new job.
You're almost in a position where the only way to get an increase in your salary is to look for another job.
Have you thought about that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Experts say that can be the smartest plan.
If your current employer is not going to pay you what you feel your market rate is, look elsewhere and see if one of the competitors in the marketplace will. This is an extremely tight labor market and particularly competitive in certain areas.
I'm Corey Rangel reporting.
Now, 13 First Alert weather.
All right, good evening. We're putting the finishing touches on another beautiful weekend with both yesterday and today highs in the mid to lower 60s. That's still about 7 degrees warmer than it really should be. And now we're getting ready for some changes that'll affect our weather tomorrow. And then we get ready for a nice little warm up as we get closer to the winter solstice that'll happen on Friday. That's right, winter is right around the corner. Live look outside from our Mandalay Bay cam. The current temperature is 60 degrees. The winds are calm, and you can see it feels really like 60 because the winds are calm out there. Other numbers around the area right now, currently, if you're in North Las Vegas, you're at 58. Boulder City, you're at 55. Centennial Hills, you're at 56. Down towards the Summerlin, the current temperature is 54 degrees. So here are the numbers around the area. You head all the way down towards Anthem, you're at 57. Red Rock at 50. Up towards Summerlin at 54. In North Las Vegas, you're currently at 58 degrees. So here are the weather headlines. You're going to notice increasing clouds tonight. We're going to have a fast-moving system that'll move through late tonight and all day tomorrow. What it's going to produce is probably some mountain snow and some windy conditions above 5,000 feet. Now, for us here in Las Vegas, we're going to see a cloudy and cooler Monday as the system kind of works its way through the area. And there's the storm system. Right now, it's pounding portions of San Francisco. That is heading our way. We're going to see a lot of cloud cover tonight, and I'll put these future casts into motion. You'll see the storm here. So we're going to rule out maybe a couple of sprinkles here in Las Vegas. It's possible, but it's really going to be a mountain snow maker that'll produce a lot of snow towards 5,000 feet and above, and it'll quickly move out of here by Monday night, and then we'll clear things out. We'll get ready for a nice little warm up as we head towards Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, as far as the forecast for tonight, we'll get down to about 45 degrees for us. That looks pretty good with a lot of cloud cover. That kind of keeps the heat at the surface. Forecast tomorrow will be a little bit cooler than it was today.